It's that time of year again, mock draft season. Mel Kiper drops his 1.0. Who does he have the Jets selecting? Jets! All right, we are looking at Mel Kiper's 1.0 mock draft for the 2024 NFL Draft. This coming in just today. I want to take a look at all the prospects that he has going before the Jets, who the Jets select, and then who the Jets passed on with their selection at number 10 overall. So without further ado, let's hop into the mock draft. At number 1, he has Caleb Williams. That seems to be a very popular pick. Bears reset the clock and get Caleb Williams. Next up, surprising pick, Jayden Daniels. This is the first time I think that I've seen him go number 2 overall. I actually like Jayden Daniels the most in this class, as far as just crazy athletic upside. He had 40 touchdowns this past year, Heisman Trophy winner. The Washington Commanders reset their clock and get their new signal caller for the future in Jayden Daniels, which means Drake May is falling to the Patriots. I do not love that, but hopefully they have just as much luck as the New York Jets drafting quarterbacks in the top 5. So we will see how that kind of plays out. They have Marvin Harrison Jr. going to Arizona at number 4. I could absolutely see that. Number 5, Brock Bowers, the tight end out of Georgia. This has been a very popular selection for the Chargers. One, I'm not too upset with because Bowers is a very electric prospect that, one, I would love to have on the New York Jets, but 2, I don't know if it's the right move for us to make this year with all the offensive line issues and the wide receiver needs. I kind of hope he goes a little bit earlier than us, so I'm okay with this going at number 5. Malik Neighbors going to the Giants, wide receiver out of LSU, number 2 receiver off the board. That makes a ton of sense for them. Joe Alt, the top offensive tackle in the draft, going to the Tennessee Titans. That makes a ton of sense. I'm bummed that this guy's not making it to the New York Jets, but it would have been a pipe dream for us to get him. But alas, we move on. Falcons getting Dallas Turner, outside linebacker. This is the first defensive player off the board. It makes sense with all their offensive selections the last few years, and with seemingly maybe Bill Belichick going in to be their head coach. Maybe he wants his defensive playmaker on the other side of the ball. Rome Odunze, wide receiver out of Washington, going to the Chicago Bears. I love Odunze. And now this tells me, as much as I, would have loved Odunze at number 10, that means there's a tackle falling to the New York Jets at number 10. And it's Olu Faladeu out of Penn State. I really like him. We talked about him a little bit earlier this offseason. Now, as far as what he has to say in terms of his, grading or analysis of this. So with Aaron Rodgers coming back in 2024, he needs to be protected. Faladeu is the next best available tackle if Alt is off the board. It was pretty rare to see Penn State offensive linemen give up a sack during his time with the Nittany Lions. If there's an Achilles heel with the New York Jets on offense last year without Rodgers, it was the offensive line holding up their end. That's a bad joke. Come on. I'm a dad. I love dad jokes. The Achilles heel of the New York Jets was the offensive line. I find that offensive. But all right, so I'll go over Faladeu, his metrics and everything. Let's just take a look and see who the Jets ended up passing on. Most notably, I feel like is, so J.C. Latham, right tackle out of Alabama, goes number 18. You have Talise Fuaga going 22 to the Eagles. That's kind of fan favorite pick right there, number 22. Troy Fautanu, they're listing him as a guard out of Washington, went to 21 to the Dolphins. Jordan Morgan, Dallas, gets the Arizona tackle there. You got the BYU tackle going to Green Bay at 25, and then the Oklahoma tackle going to Arizona at 27, and then Amarius Mims at 32. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tackles, I think, in the first round, plus, Fautanu, who has some flexibility. That's nuts. Now, how does Olu Faladeu stack up against his peers? He's the left tackle out of Penn State. Obviously, number 2 tackle on the board from what it seems like. 6'6", 319 pounds. He was a team captain at Penn State. That is important for the New York Jets. Every player that they take in the first round is deemed to be they're captain on their college team. They are setting a statement. You're saying, this is what a New York Jet embodies. We are committing 4 to 5 years to this particular selection. All our assets. This is the number 1 most important pick we're making this offseason, and this is the guy that defines our organization. Team captain, very important there. He has 1,347 snaps at left tackle. He is an exceptional athlete, according to his profile, whatever. And then from a pass blocking, run blocking perspective, he's absolutely fire in the pass blocking perspective, and then needs a little bit of time in the run blocking from what it looks like according to his breakdowns. Now, I'll tell you right now, I'm okay with that. I'll take pass protection because Aaron Rodgers was hurt in pass protection. Let's make sure we lock it down. It's a passing league. You got to make sure your quarterback stays upright, protect his blind side, and absolutely make sure you can get the ball to your playmakers out in space. He played the 58th ranked strength of schedule. That was sort of middle of the pack from what it seems like. Fuaga was 83rd. Latham at right tackle was the 6th highest, but Penn State still coming in there at like not a bad strength of schedule. 5 career penalties in 3 years with the Nittany Lions, so obviously not a bad thing for the New York Jets. Getting someone that maybe does not commit penalties at such an alarming clip, like maybe some of our tackles, maybe Mekhi Becton. As far as his summary for his scouting report, I won't go over the full thing, but this is what NFL Draft Buzz has to say about him. That's one of the draft sites that I use. CBS Sports has him number 3 overall prospect, Draft Tech number 4, Pro Football Network number 5, PFF number 9, and Draft Buzz has him at number 10. You guys can obviously see his PFF grades in the bottom corner. Now, his summary from Draft Buzz. Olu Faladeu has become a force at Penn State, known for his exceptional athleticism and a build ideal for a left tackle. With a solid background as a 2-year starter, he's demonstrated remarkable skills in both pass protection and run blocking. Faladeu excels in pass protection, showcasing advanced footwork and hand technique beyond his years. His ability to understand snap timing and body positioning sets him apart, along with his skill in handling rushers and keeping the pocket intact. While Faladeu's pass protection abilities are highly polished, his run blocking shows room for growth. He's quick and effective in initial engagements, but his technique can falter in sustaining blocks, particularly against quicker rushers. Despite these areas of development, Faladeu's overall skill set, including his physical tools and football IQ, position him as a potential top 10 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. His combination of athletic talent and the potential for future growth, further growth, makes him a likely candidate for a franchise caliber blindside protector. So this is someone I would be absolutely tickled pink getting in the NFL Draft, because I think there's a shot that maybe that AVT ends up playing right tackle. Now, I would like to, in free agency, go after someone like a Trent Brown who has positional flexibility. He can play left tackle, he can play right tackle. So in the event you don't get a Faladeu or something like that, then you can at least plug AVT in. But I would love to keep AVT in as a guard. And if you have Faladeu coming in at left tackle, you bring in a Trent Brown as your right tackle, you have AVT as your right guard, Tittman as either your left guard or your center, and then maybe you bring back McGovern as either a center or guard. Now you're cooking with fire in terms of an offensive line. I really like this pick for the New York Jets. If this guy is available on the board, I would make this move. Now, as far as does it make sense, because people are going to have Fuaga screaming up draft boards. Obviously, we talked about Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, very close friend to Joe Douglas, had Fuaga over Faladeu, with Faladeu on the board for the New York Jets at number 10, but we took the right tackle, Fuaga, out of Oregon State. Now, the Oregon State tackle Fuaga is going to be at the Senior Bowl with Jeff Ulbrich, who is going to be the head coach of the national team, and Fuaga, too many Fs. Fuaga is on the national team. So we're going to get a first look at Jeff Ulbrich, taking a look at these offensive linemen, and he's going to be able to run them through the ringer in terms of the Jets' defensive schemes. Can Fuaga stand up to the test against the Jets' style of defense? We can at least see some pressures, things of that nature. Maybe it's a situation where the Jets feel comfortable enough trading down. There's a lot of really good offensive tackles in this class. Maybe if they don't deem that Faladeu is as high on their board as maybe like a Fuaga is after the Senior Bowl, or maybe some of these other players, maybe they shift down a little bit, try to recoup a second-round pick. But overall, I love this pick. I think you run up to the podium with it. I have no problem taking Olu Faladeu at number 10 overall. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you guys want Faladeu if he's there? Or do you guys want to go a different direction? Maybe a weapon, maybe a different offensive tackle. Maybe you want to trade down. Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets. Jets!